David, my first question is for you because Dewey's grown quite a bit over the course of the franchise. So, what's a quality you were happy to see him shed or outgrow from film to film? And then, is there something new about him in this fifth film that you just found especially fulfilling to play?
Well, yeah, for Scream 4, he'd worked really hard to get, to work his limp, sort of to come back, some rehabilitation. But no, he slipped back. He's kind of, life hasn't turned out exactly the way Dewey wanted it to. It's in a bit of the dumps at the beginning of the film. So it's interesting to see the sort of progress. And, it's fun, like the whole journey of it. I mean, through all of them.
Tis a strong character arc. I'll leave it there. So, Jack, I guess the boys does get pretty bloody, but I think Tragedy Girls is your only horror film, and it's kind of brilliant. So, is there anything about your experience working on that you found coming in handy on Scream?
Oh yeah, no, Tragedy Girls had kind of that meta, quality to it where we're kind of pointing out things, is definitely heavily influenced by Scream. So yeah, no, I took a lot of what I learned on that movie into this. And it was just just an honor to be around, David and Courtney and Nev, and to work with Matt and Tyler and this brilliant new cast. It was just like a dream come true, really.
For both of you, what was it like working with a pair of co-directors? Jack, I'm not sure if you've done it before, and having worked with Wes on all four films, did it kind of shake up the production style to be working with co-directors this time around, David?
Well, I worked with co-directors before on a rom-com I did, and I love it. I actually really like it being more of a group discussion as opposed to just a one-on-one thing. It's just cool. I mean, that way one of the directors can focus more on like the camera stuff. One director can come up to you and give you notes and have a discussion. I loved it, but yeah.
Yeah, I loved it too. They were really brilliant, and they really loved Wes's films and were inspired by Wes. They wanted to make him proud. When I saw Ready or Not, I knew they just were such talented filmmakers.
Such a good movie.
And then just meeting them, they're just great guys too. They love horror, they love film, and they're just really nice too. So we'd have these moments where you'd have to really sort of talk about character, and they knew exactly what they wanted.
I've always had faith in them, and then they just justified that with this movie.
Good. Great.
Speaking of Wes, David, I've heard a lot about how Wes was a director who just really believed in his actors while watching too many interviews about this franchise. So do you have an example of a time on the last four films where something was really important to you creatively and you spoke up and he believed in your instincts and it improved a scene?
Oh, the first film I directed, he read the script, he gave me notes, he suggested like this list of films that I should watch. I mean, he was incredibly supportive and amazing. Really, I can't say enough about how helpful he was. And it's just a legend, that guy.
Absolutely. All right. Speaking of the past, it kind of feels like this is a somewhat safe question to ask you, David, kind of. How did you feel about how Tatum was referenced in this new Scream film compared to the deleted scene from Scream 4?
Oh God, that's an insider kind of question. I don't know. It's hard. There are certain things that I said even in this that didn't make the cut, but I don't know. It's Dewey's sister, and I always wish there was more sort of about it, but it's complicated.
Very understandable. I thought it was quite well done here.
Yeah.
Jack, I always love asking about the value of a good scene partner, and you share quite a few scenes with many, many very talented individuals here. So
yes.
Was there ever an instance where a scene partner helped you access something in your own character that you were either, I don't know, having a tough time reaching or didn't even know was there?
Oh yeah. Oh, all the time, like every day. I don't think you're really acting unless you're taking in what the other person is doing. But I think, most of my scenes in this movie are with Melissa Barrera, and I just think she's so brilliant and helped me in so many ways, like countless ways. So I'm forever grateful to her for sure.
Is there anything unique about Melissa's approach to her work on set?
Well, Well, no, I mean, she's just brilliant. What I find really interesting about how she works is she's just able to, I mean, it's obviously a lot of hard work and preparation, but it appears as if she just shows up and nails it first time through, which is always so impressive and very, very cool. But she's also so willing to take in other people's ideas and just kind of, she understands this is a collaborative effort. And I felt like a real partnership with her on this movie.
I love hearing that. I guess I could throw that question to you too, David. I mean, having worked on this character for 4 films and then jumping onto a set with a whole new ensemble here, is there anything that one of the newer members of the cast brought out of Dewey that you even didn't realize was there?
Yeah, I was just so impressed by Melissa and Jenna and Jack and this whole Jasmine and Mason and just this whole group of incredible actors, and they were just so professional and so quick-witted. And I guess that's what I would say, like the tempo of humor comes in a little faster, slightly different cadence, so you kind of have to like jump on board and figure it out. You try some things and then it's like I'm the goofy dad guy, but then it doesn't work sometimes, and then you find the right nuance.
It always works. It always works with you.
In the final film, everything I saw works. The tone and the pacing and the back and forths were on point.
Thank you.
It's killing me right now to not touch on any spoilers. I know secrecy is a very, very big deal and we can't reveal the killer, of course, but what would you say is the biggest extreme someone went to while on set trying to figure out who the killer was before you were all officially allowed to know?
Ooh, the biggest extreme. I don't know. I mean, okay, there's this board game called Secret Hitler. It's an odd name, but basically it's like Werewolf or Mafia or any of those things where you're trying to figure out, there's one person who is secretly Hitler in this game, and you're trying to ask people questions. And we would play this game a lot, and it's a whodunit essentially, and that was always interesting, like this weird meta aspect of the movie. Like we're all trying to figure out who the killer is, and we're all playing a game to figure out who the bad guy is. It was probably the most meta movie ever made in terms of the process of it. Like none of us knew a thing. Even if we thought we knew, we kind of didn't.
Oh, I'd bet. Many surprises that I won't dare spoil for anybody, but I will say huge congratulations to both of you, and thank you for yet another wonderful continuation of my favorite horror franchise.
Thank you.
I love your shirt, by the way.
Yeah.
Studio House Designs, I believe. It is the new favorite.
I'm gonna get on that. Thank you.